Mental health is a thing, and it happens with anybody. It can happen with anybody.
To make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky.
MD for E, for S, for life, for show. What's up, MDCREW?
It's Wednesday, so I already know what today is. If you've been keeping up with our new routine schedule, it's vlog day. Wednesday, vlog day. It's Wednesday, and it's vlog day. It's Wednesday, and it's vlog day.
It's Wednesday, and it's vlog day.
Okay,
yeah,
no, you change up the beat. See, we keeping you off the track.
Okay, bye.
We're gonna have to hit no more without you this time.
Yeah, it ain't gonna get no hits. Cause I make the record. I'm David Ruffin. Anybody come see you, Otis?
Bye. Anyways, so today is Wednesday, vlog day. Today's discussion, or really vlog, most of our vlogs is really gonna be us talking about a specific topic. Mm-hmm. And today is about mental health.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I gotta put on the glasses for y'all, cause your girl cannot see.
Okay, old lady.
Anyways, so today's topic is mental health. Before we even get into that, I think I would say a lot of African American families have a harder time accepting that
kids, especially.
Yeah, our race, and not only that, but our young people actually deal with mental health.
Issues, of course. Like, I just feel like most of the time it's like, oh, you young, you ain't got nothing to worry about but school, or not knowing that it's a lot.
Or not even just school, but like,
but that's
they always like, well, you don't have bills.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have anything to worry about, girl. You ain't got no bills. You just gotta go to school, or girl, you just gotta be young, and or girl or boy. And it's kind of like that's not the only thing that kids have to worry about. So I just feel like
mental health is a thing, and it happens with anybody. It can happen with anybody. So let's go ahead. You wanna go ahead and get into it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first of all, y'all, because I remember this time. Thumbnail. Ready? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the what. What is mental health? Okay, mental health is really just a person's condition regarding psychological or emotional well-being. And a simpler way to really say that is just the state of well-being. Somebody, how they feel, how they think, how they behave. That's pretty much what mental health is.
And every time someone says mental health, you think, oh, depression, suicide. It do not have to be that all the time. Mental health is just your state of being. So you just want your mental health to be on a good track. You know, not everybody will be on a good track, but if you can help, or if you can do things that will make yourself feel better, it's just about you. No, nobody else's mental health, only about yours. Then that's what you need to do. You need to find out like certain things. But we're gonna talk about some things.
Yes, but to what she's saying, y'all, I was in my phone because I got notes written in there. But mental health, like she said, it's basically a broad thing. And under mental health, you have these, it's like an umbrella, and under the umbrella you have these many different things. You have the typical, which is anxiety and depression. You have bipolar disorder, you have dementia, you have schizophrenia, you have autism, you have obsessive compulsive disorder, you got just many different kinds of mental health disorders and illnesses. It's not just depression. When somebody, I know, like she said, when somebody say mental health, everybody automatically say depression. And mental health comes in many forms. The least common mental illness / disorder would be Stendhal syndrome. And basically what that is somebody is going through an emotional or psychological or event where it's making them upset when they see art. And I know that's strange, that's why it's the least common, because it's rare, nobody never really hears about it. Pretty much when a person is in a single place with a lot of art, typically like a museum, a gallery, and they get overwhelmed and they get panic attacks, anxiety attacks, hyperventilating, basically all the I keep y'all my words can't go on tongue, but psychological and emotional events start happening all at once by them seeing all this art. And it's not any particular art, it's just art in general. Like, it's so much stuff overwhelming them at one time. Or it also could be like a person being outside and they see this beauty of nature, pretty much. Like, it's overwhelming because there's so much of it. It has to be something beautiful for them to react off of it, and it's called Stendhal syndrome. That's the least common mental illness disorder. And we already said the most common disorder was anxiety and depression.
Which it is very, very, very common in young adults. I'm not saying that it's not common in older adults, but in younger adults, it's a little more something that weighs heavy. And like she said earlier, in most of the African American families, it's more just pushed to the side when you're younger, and then once you're like 20, 21, up there, then it's like
it's harder to deal with because you never got the help that you needed.
It just kind of got pushed to the side, like, go play, or you'll be okay, or just get out the house or something like that. But in reality, you really needed to talk about it. And so if you feel that way, make sure you have someone to talk about. Because at the end of the day, parents won't think like, oh, my child is going through this because they're not paying bills or because they're not in the adult life. But
I want to be a little biased. Not all parents are like this. You have some parents who probably have experienced mental health at a young age, and now they have that learning ability to basically teach their children. Well, they can understand, like, well, I did go through this when I was younger, so I'm able to teach my children, like, if you're going through this, you have somebody to talk to and call on. Not every parent is aware, and that doesn't make them a bad parent. It's just a lot of people are unaware of mental health. And back to what she was saying about the WHO on mental health. Basically, out of this whole population, there will always be 1 out of 4 people that will have a mental health illness disorder, whether they know or not. Typically in females, it's typically more in females than males, but males also have mental health illnesses. Typically in that age range, it's a more percentage between 18 and 25, just because in those ages it's like you're making decisions about life. Like, some people turn 18, they get their own place and they got to figure out everything. Or some people who is worried about where their life is headed. And then you got some people who is like, I don't know what to do with my life, even though I've had, these many years and I still don't know what I want to do. You have some people who, it's just in that age group, you have a lot of decisions to make that will affect your future. Not only just for you, but for like your children, your grandchildren, you know. So you typically see more mental illnesses in that age group just because their big decisions are played in that area. Definitely, because mental health affects your daily living, affects your relationships, affects your physical health, and it just goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like, even if you're not aware of you having a mental health illness, like 9 times out of 10 you're gonna go through something dealing with mental health, because you have causes of mental health like your environment, your past life, trauma, social factors, social media, what else would you say that cause mental health?
Just the state of living, honestly. Like you said about the 18 to 25, you're moving out, you know, it's a happy situation, but sometimes you move out and things happen and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to go to college, I'm trying to, you know, pay my bills, I'm trying to maintain this life, and it can get heavy. And so just life itself can create mental health issues. So yeah.
I would say like the symptoms of it is definitely number one, stress. Definitely, you know, social withdrawal, mood changes. Mood changes plays a big part, because if you're not even enjoying the things that you used to enjoy, and everything's just becoming to a point where it's numb and you just don't want to do the things that you used to love to do, that's a major part. And
which things can change. You're not saying, oh, I used to like, you know, to shop 24/7 and I got a little older and I don't like doing that. Not saying that now you have a mental issue. It's just things like, you know, you enjoy cooking and then you're like, well, cooking is beginning to stress me out. You know, it's beginning to be not something that I enjoy like wholeheartedly. Then it's kind of like, okay, well, that's one thing. And then you start seeing that everything is kind of just a big I don't care. That's when it's more so, okay, something is going on.
Yeah, definitely. And then definitely non-successful sleep patterns. Like, of course, you know, your sleep pattern might get thrown off here and there, but if you're literally having trouble like insomnia, like where you can't sleep at all at night sometimes, you might have something going on mentally that's affecting your sleep. Or if you're, and most common people, you see where they sleep more than usual. They rather sleep than work. And I wouldn't say like, oh, 1 or 2 days. I mean like every single day, where like you're choosing to sleep rather than to pay your bills, because you know, like, you need to work, you know, to pay your bills, and you're choosing to sleep in rather than going to work every single day. Like, it's repetitively on and on and on. Not like, oh, I'm tired, I'm just gonna shut my alarm off, I'm not going in today. But no, it's more like I don't care if I'm working, I don't care if I make money, I don't care if I'm homeless, I don't care if I gotta make, you know, money for these bills. I'd rather just sleep all day.
Right. And like, as far as to the sleeping, like, if you see that your child is not wanting to go outside anymore, she rather go to sleep, and this is like an everyday, she or he, she, he, or they would like to go to sleep, or, you know, oh well, come eat while I rather sleep. Like, little stuff like that you could see and stop before anything happens or before it gets worse, because kids honestly go through it, especially with this whole quarantine. Kids really have been going through it, like, a lot.
I laughed because you said quarantine.
Oh.
I don't know if y'all caught that, but you said quarantine. That's why I laughed.
But yeah, just sometimes if the person don't see it, sometimes, you know, if you being a friend, a mother, you know, a dad, an uncle, a sister, a cousin, whatever, you could see sometimes things in people that they don't even see. And so you could honestly just be like, hey, you know, how you been? Like sometimes just a how you been could literally relieve a lot of things that you didn't even know you was going through, you know, or, you know, that person didn't know what they was going through. And then they're like, yeah, things are really happening and my mental health is, you know, declining, or, you know, just certain stuff.
And back to the causes, there's also like, back to what I was saying, how your environment can affect your mental health, especially in younger kids, because like they really can't change their circumstances, especially if the parents or the parent isn't involved enough to be aware that a mental health thing is going on. Especially in situations where, you know, there has been sexual abuse, you know, there has been some kind of war, just some kind of psychological trauma, simple as a wreck, like, or simple as a house fire. Like, those things aren't simple, but you know what I mean. Like, it's just certain things like that can have a major impact on mental health. Social factors, again, like I said, social media definitely plays in a big part of that age group, of that 18 to 25, because it's like you see like these Instagram models and you want a body like theirs, and you can't really change you probably could change your appearance, but deep down it's how it makes you feel inside. Like, basically like how other people view you, like you're so obsessed about your body looking like somebody else's point of view, basically like society's point of view, that you're not even worried about how you look, how you stand out from other people. Like, that definitely plays a big part on mental health.
It honestly definitely does. And not, like I said, like we said earlier, it's just not just females, it's just more deep into, you know, that percentage of females. The age group, I mean, men go through a lot as well, you know, with holding the standard of being a man, you know, of, you know,
boys can't cry.
Right, boys can't cry. I have to have all this money to get the girl I want.
I have to be this tough person.
Yeah, like,
and it's okay not to be tough. Like, it's
okay to have emotions. Like,
right. That going back to mental health, the one thing you want to do is definitely express how you feel. Talk to somebody about your feelings, or if you don't have nobody to talk to, write about how you feel, so that way all those feelings, those negative feelings, or those cons in your head about how you feel can be out of your head. Because the more that they're trapped in there, the more it affects your mental health day by day by day by day, and it could just only aggress the behavior and the way you feel. I want to say why maybe it helps. Mental health just helps determine decisions with stress or relating to others, just well-being. Like, your mental health
is you.
Yeah,
like,
pretty much
your mental health will shape who you are, you know. It's not about your body that shapes you, or, you know, your mental health plays into everything. Your personality, your outlook on life, you know, the way you act, the way you move,
relationships.
Yeah, it's just you. Mental health is you.
And where mental health is obviously the brain. And it's basically when the brain isn't properly working, the mental health illness is basically where the brain is properly not working. And when, because basically we doing the 5 W's, y'all, if y'all didn't notice, but when the month of May is awareness of mental health, from May 1st to May 31st. And then when, another part of when is when you know when it gets bad. Once it hits to the point where you're having suicidal or homicidal thoughts, those are that is definitely needed, like immediate attention, like above all the other things that we've been naming. Like once it gets to that point where you want to harm yourself or other people, that's where that needs immediate attention, because you basically had like a mental break. Like you're not here in reality, you're not thinking straight, you're not physically here, but you're mentally here and not in your brain. If you're mentally here and your brain isn't properly working, then you're not making some great decisions. You're not making any great decisions. And every reaction, no, every action has a reaction.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it out. The cat has got my tongue today, for real.
Definitely, if you're starting to feel any of that, you know, harming anyone or yourself, you're not going to think rationally. You're just going to end up acting
on your feelings.
Yeah, and that's not going to be good, because at this point, like she said, your brain pretty much done checked out. It's not working properly
at all. At this point, it's like it's at the end of its rope. No other choice, no hope, no nothing. And that's where it really needs attention in the beginning. Like you said, when you start noticing those symptoms, the quicker you can get help, the easier it'll get, or the faster it'll stop from progressing to, you know, the suicidal or homicidal thoughts. And
but before that, so sometimes, like I said a while ago, sometimes you just don't notice. You're kind of just in life, like full throttle, just running. And that's why it's good to talk about your feelings. If you're feeling mad and you got somebody to talk to them. If you don't got nobody to talk to them, write it down. And then by the end of that week, if you see that it's getting worse, or you keep seeing like y'all keep seeing, oh, I'm stressed, or I'm mad, then there's something in there. So it could be something that's setting off your mental health somewhere. And like she said, if it gets to that point where it's like suicide or wanting to hurt someone else, then you need to have, you need help. And it's
okay to ask for help.
Definitely, it's okay to get help.
Don't feel like, oh, if I ask for help, they're gonna think I'm crazy and they're gonna look at me differently because I'm not normal like everybody else. But like I said before, out of 1 in 4 people, a lot of people has mental health illnesses, and it's okay to ask for help. The ways that you can, if you already never really had a mental illness, the ways you can prevent it is value yourself, treat yourself with kindness, avoid self-criticism, and that goes along with the social media and the Instagram models. Like, don't down yourself just because you're not living up to society's standards on your body. Now, honestly, if you feel like, well, I need this and I need this done to make you feel good, then that's good. But if you're doing it to make society want to accept you, then you have I ain't gonna say you have a mental illness, but it's something mentally in your head that
makes you
not feel like I'm a great person,
like
working,
like
right. Make you just not realize how self-worthy you are. You don't have to live up to, certain people's standards or look like this certain type of person that people like. But if you're honestly doing it for yourself to make you feel good and not just how everybody else, then that's whole different. Definitely taking care of your body, physically and definitely mentally. We'll be telling y'all some couple skills later for mentally. But just drinking water, exercising a little here and there. That way, sometimes you don't even know you're stressed out. It could simply just be from work. It could simply just waking up every day and just like, oh, I gotta go to work today.
In a routine, it's repeating itself.
So definitely give yourself some time. Surround yourself with good people. And this is a main thing. You never want to surround yourself with toxic people, regardless if it's your friends, your so-called friends, or regardless if it's family. If they are toxic to you, you need to remove them or remove yourself from the situation. You can always love a person but you can love a person with a long spoon. And if you don't understand that, pretty much is you can love them without being around them. If you notice that they are affecting your health, your mental health, every time you go around them and their toxic behaviors and, you know, with the lies and the secret animosity and, you know, stuff like that, like, you don't need to be around people like that. You need people around you who is positive, who's gonna uplift you, who's gonna encourage you, who's basically just gonna make you a better person day by day. Somebody who wants to see you do good in life.
Right, especially someone who don't mind listening. Someone who loves listening or trying to give you advice, but just listening sometimes is just enough. Just so you can go on that rant and be like, "Woo, I ain't got that on me," you know.
And you want to be careful about who you talk to as well. That's what I say. For me, it's easily to write things out, because, and to talk to you obviously, but you got to be careful about who you talk to, because some people are like a listening ear just to tell your business. You know what I mean?
Or holding secret animosity, just waiting for you to tell, you know,
so they can feel like they got something over you. Well, you told me such and such. You know, you don't want to be around people like that. You want people who is positively good impact on your life. Also, you got to give yourself a me day. Everybody needs a me day. I know you like, I can work, I can get more hours, I got overtime, money makes me happy. But in reality, even though money does make some worlds go round, money isn't everything. There's a lot of billionaires who have so much money and still is like just as miserable with a bad mental health. You have to have me days. Like, do something good for yourself. Go buy that pair of shoes that you want, or go shopping, or go out to eat by yourself. It's okay to have a me day.
Just lay down.
Even just laying down, relaxing, watching TV, yes. Or looking at yourself in the mirror and noticing all the great things that you like about yourself, or dyeing that hair a new color, or clipping, just as simple as clipping your fingernails and toes. Like, everybody definitely needs a me day. What's another thing? You wanna take it?
So learning how to deal with stress. I'm gonna actually put both of those together. Learning how to deal with stress and calming your mind. Like, my coping skill, honestly, is music. Anytime I'm feeling stressed, anytime, you know, I'm trying to deal with my stress or calm my thoughts or anything, I'm gonna go to music, because music just I'm gonna be expressing how I feel through my music, you know. And some people is drawing or writing, whatever your hobbies or something that you love to do, go to that, because that's one thing that can calm you down the most. Because it's like, when you're at an all high of doing something that you love, nothing else matters. And
your mind is not focused on the bad. And the more you focus on the bad, the more draining it can be. And it's like, with those negative thoughts, and when you're focused on the bad, it doesn't have a good impact on your mental health. Back to what she was saying, like, learning how to deal with stress is definitely a key factor, because you want to be able to know how to handle different situations when they come along. For me, I definitely had to learn a lot, because I'm a type of person, I like to plan things out. And once things don't go my way, it's like I don't know anything else. But in reality, if you stop looking negatively at things and look at the positive things, some things happen for the good. Just like, for example, like, my car gave out during the gas shortage, and I was so upset, because I'm like, I need my car to work, you know. But then I was able to, you know, get a rental through my insurance without having to pay. And negatively, I'm looking at, like, I need my car fixed. I don't have my car. This isn't my car. This is not supposed to be happening to me. But positively looking on it, it's like, but there's a gas shortage. you got this rental that's full of gas. You don't have to pay for the gas right now. And by the time I got ready to return the rental, when my car, you know, was done being fixed, the gas shortage had stopped. So it's like, it's just all about your perspective on how you view things. Being able to cope with different stress, or being able to cope with when things don't go your way, or being able to cope when negative things happen. It's all about how you look at it and how you have that attitude on it. Definitely setting realistic goals. Like, even if the goal is, I want to wake up on time this morning, or I want to have my outfit ready tonight. That way in the morning, you know, I don't have to like shuffle and look for everything and make a mess. Or something just as simple as like, okay, I'm going to clean out my car today. You know, like, definitely set some realistic goals. And setting realistic goals helps you feel like you've accomplished something, which gives you that pat on the back, like, yay me, like I've done something. Whether it's small, whether it's humongous, like, it gives you that courage to be like, I can do something. So I think definitely setting realistic goals helps prevent that mental health. Now we're going to go on to talk about basically how to look after your mental health. Those were ways to prevent it, like, before it comes along. But let's say, you know, you've already had a lot of mental nervous breakdowns, and you already had those breaking points where you was just at a lost hope cost.
Yeah, you're at the end. You're just like, okay, now something got to change, and I'm getting worse. You know, like I said before, like she said before, talk about your feelings. That's a big thing to do.
Big key factor. Like, yes. I was always a person like, I'm tough. I'm holding myself in. I'm not telling nobody anything. Nobody needs to know what I'm going through, because I felt, you know, sometimes you feel like your story just doesn't matter, because it's like, well, who am I for them to just really sit there and listen to me? But holding all that stuff in is like a erupting volcano ready to explode. And it's definitely good to talk about your feelings, because just not having, whether it's just as simple as, oh, my plans didn't go as I wanted to today and now I'm upset. If you hold on to that, any other thing that happens on top of that, even though it was so small, and there's other little small things around that, if you holding that in, it's just going to make everything seem like it's this big weight. Like, you know how you have a bad day and every little thing goes wrong. It becomes the whole day just becomes ruined, seems like, and it becomes bigger than what it initially was when it's just small. So I feel like definitely talking about your feelings, and definitely talking about, you know, every little incident that happens. Like, I can tell her, I wasted my soda on myself. But if I didn't tell her that, it's like, my soda wasted on myself, and then now my clothes sticky. I'm mad about the soda wasting, I'm mad about the clothes being sticky, and I'm mad because I'm just thinking about it over and over and over. When in reality, I could just talk to her, or write it down, or whoever you feel comfortable with, to just get it off your head, because holding it in makes it a lot worse.
Yep.
So I'll be taking over y'all.
Another thing, keep active. Honestly, keeping active is not hard, but it's hard.
It's hard for me. I guess walking is simple.
And the thing is, working is active. Do not get me wrong, but working is more of a priority when you're older. You gotta pretty much work if you want to live. You know, if you're not no billionaire, millionaire, whatever, you're gonna have to work. So I'm not saying like, oh, I'm active because I go to work. You know, I mean active for us as walking, exercising, doing that one thing that you do love at least once a week. Or, you know,
not just laying in the bed all day and thinking about all the sad stuff that has all happened.
Yeah, do something. Color. I like color. But yeah, keep active. Eat well. Okay, we gonna be honest about this. I don't need to. I mean, I but not like what I'm supposed to eat. And eating well is not just, oh, I ate some salad today, or I ate my greens. I'm talking about like
a full, balanced, healthy diet.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
And when y'all catch us on our next vlog, which is next Wednesday, we will be talking about diets. So stay tuned for that.
But yeah, not Monday, Lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner type eating well is good than just saying, oh, I ate today.
Right.
What you mean you ate today? That one little time? That's not good. But we're gonna get into that next Wednesday. But just
so stay tuned.
Drink sensibly. You wanna take over that? You want me to take over that one?
Alcohol?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, first of all, if you're over the age of 21.
21, please. 21.
If you're not 21, disregard all this information about what we about to say.
I got a whole story on that one. Whenever y'all want to hear a story time, let me know.
But basically drinking sensibly. You know, it's okay to have that glass of wine, you know. Like, sometimes the only thing you don't want to do is make that glass of wine your coping skill, because then that leads to alcoholism and you become an alcoholic. You might end up in rehab. You might be a drunk, you know.
Mental health is not good.
And yeah, that also can cause some issues. So I wouldn't say drink to make the pain go away, because that is not good. I would say, you know, if you feel like you want a little drink or two, you know, some wine, definitely I wouldn't say to calm you down, because like I said, you do not want to depend on it as a coping mechanism, but making you feel good. Maybe like if you're painting, like a sipping wine situation, or
if you just enjoy the taste.
Talking with your girls or boys. But boys typically have beer, y'all.
But some boys like feeling the sexy.
For the wine.
For the wine.
They're what? What's it called? That Stella Rose.
That Stella Rose. But yeah, like, I mean, and don't get me wrong, you over 21, yeah, go ahead, go get drunk, girl. But get drunk because you want to have fun, you just lit. Not because, oh, I've been going through a lot of stuff this week, oh, I'm going to get drunk to make it better. Because it ain't going to make it better at all.
It's only going to numb it for the time being. And then you going to try to...
You gonna be worse.
And then you just gonna be like, well, I need to numb it again. And that's what leads to alcoholism, and it's not good. So definitely do not drink to have it as a coping mechanism, because it's not good. Keep in touch with the positive family members, like I said, or friends, people who are positively good and have a good impact in your life. Keep in touch with them. Because just simply hearing, hey, how are you? I hope you're doing well. You was on my mind. Hope you're doing good. That can just make anybody's day. Just knowing that somebody else is thinking about them, that they feel like they're worthy enough to be thought about. So definitely keep in touch with those positive family members or positive friends. Definitely ask for help. We've touched subject on that about asking for help. It's okay to ask for help.
And honestly,
you don't let your pride get in front of you. Like, ask for help when you feel like you need that help.
All right. And the number of a helpline is on the bottom of the screen right now. Just right there.
Here. Right here.
Right here.
And the number is 1-800-662-HELP. And it will be right here displayed. It's the national line for mental health crisis that's going on. Whether it's small or big, it's nationally number used for you to call.
Even if you don't know, you just say right now, you don't know if you're going through it or not. You know, everything we just talked about, you still don't know.
They can help you.
They can help you. They will let you know, talk to them. You know, they have certain apps y'all can look up,
Oh, by the way, we is not doctors.
Yeah,
we is not no doctors.
Disclaimer, we're not doctors. None of that. But it's just what we have said to y'all are facts, though.
And advice.
Yeah, facts from doctors, but we're not the doctors at all. But yeah, it's right here in my hand. If you can see it on the thing, y'all, if y'all need help, please call that number.
Reach out and get help.
Like I said, download apps. They have texting buddies for mental crisis and everything. So I'll have everything down pinned in the comments for y'all. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
definitely taking a break. That just goes along with having a me day, you know. Definitely take some time out from take time out from your routine schedule time, like routine schedule days. You know, go to the park, take a walk, you know, just do all those things that help with you being an easier you.
How hot it is right now, y'all can go swimming.
Do something you're good at. Like I said, if you do something you're good at, that gives you that pat on the back where you feel like I can do something. If I feeling sad about this, well, at least I can do this, or I can do this. This makes me feel good about myself. But yeah, those are different, you know, ideas that help with mental health.
Yeah, those are some of the ways you can deal with it, you know. Meaning, we kind of touched on a lot, you know. I know y'all probably like, dang, this video a little long, but somebody out there, aware. So, you know,
it's gonna help somebody somewhere.
Right.
The last thing we do want to touch on is coping skills. And we've touched a little bit on them, but coping skills basically help with mental health illnesses.
Biggest, honestly.
It's basically things that distract you or that helps you defer from the negative. I'm gonna list 5. You want to list 5?
Okay.
Might take some of yours.
Okay.
My 5 I would say would be music, coloring, exercising when I feel like it. It takes me a while to get to the exercise part, and I'm not meaning just walking, but I mean like actually going to the gym, using, you know, weights, getting my mind off whatever my mind is on. So exercising, definitely drawing, which goes with coloring, drawing, and reading. Reading definitely is a key thing. You don't really want to go to social media because it seems like, I'm not gonna say, I don't know about you guys, but when people are going through things and they see that there's certain stuff that goes towards their story that makes them even worse, it's like you need to take that time from social media. Or once again with the Instagram models, you need to take time away from that, because it's like you're wanting your body to look like this, or you're like, yeah, I feel like this, and maybe I should do this, because, you know, some social media, like a lot of social media is very biased, and everybody has their own different opinion about stuff. And, you know, if somebody's like, well, you know, you should just end it all, and you're already feeling down and you see that, you're thinking to yourself like, oh, maybe this might be, you know, acute to me. And it's like, it's really not. Like, everybody just has their own opinions, their own bias, and taking time from that social media definitely has, you know, an effect on that mental health, which helps you positively by staying away from it. What's your 5?
So my number 1 is music. I go to music for everything. Any little small inconvenience in my life, headphones are blasting music, period, because that's what I do. 2 is cooking. Cooking relaxes me. I don't know why, but it does. Like, I cook
because that's something that you enjoy.
Yeah, like I could be mad going there and cook go in there and cook, and then afterward I'm gonna be like, I'm good, you want something to eat? Like, I don't know. Honestly, cleaning when if I'm like upset or mad, I'm finna clean this whole house. I'm being here. Listen to my music like that. You know,
this carpet stain won't come out.
Right. You know, it's something that calms me. Coloring calms me a lot. And honestly, talking to you calms me, like, very much. Like, if I'm just having a bad day, and I call, I'll be like, babe, they got me messed up in here. She be like,
who I need to mess up?
Who need to mess up? And it'll just make me stop and be like, yeah.
I make her laugh, like,
but no, for real, y'all, she do make me laugh. Like, even when I'm like really mad, like,
even if she mad at me,
I go from 0 to 100 really quick, and that's just who I am, though. And
but
it's
you know how to go back from 100 to 0,
right?
Really,
you like for like, I can be really mad, and then she's like she's talking to me, and eventually I'm gonna calm down and just be like, okay, whatever. So, so yeah.
So that's basically our vlog for today. Sorry if it's editing, y'all. We did the best we could, but today's topic was mental health, and
on this screen right now, you should be seeing mental health number. You should be seeing the suicide helpline, and just apps where you can just talk to people for your mental health. It should be sitting on our hands.
It's gonna be right in our face,
right?
but
yes.
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching this. Comment down below if you got some coping skills that you would like to add to our video. There's a lot of coping skills out there, but those are just our 5 that we like. Comment down below with some of your coping skills dealing with mental health.
In some ways that you know
deal with mental health. Any advice can help anyone that's out there watching this video. But you know what time it is.
Yep.
Y'all already know what to do if y'all been watching. Comment down below.
Y'all know how we do it.
And we out.